Hey there, team, and welcome to Canadian Cannabis. For today's episode, we're going to be checking out another pack of papers to help you guys figure out what paper is best for you. So today, we have these awesome fine Gizeh papers. Regular size, so they're going to be a bit smaller than the 1 1/4, but just perfect for smoking alone. So let's just check out exactly what these guys look like. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 packs. So here we've got the bigger pack that has, how many papers in here? It usually says it on the side somewhere. It has 100 papers. So we got 100 papers in here. And in this bad boy, we have 50 papers. So half the amount of papers. It's going to be the same size, the same regular size. These are going to be 18.5 GM, and these are going to be 17.5 GM. So gonna be, both of these are going to be thinner than the original that we just checked out, but they are going to be a little bit thicker than the ultra fine that I tend to use every day. So let's open these bad boys up and see exactly how it works on the burn test. So first, let's open it on up and let's check out the paper together right here. You can see it's got our 3 different levels, the ultra fine, the fine, and the original. So 3 different gauge of thickness of papers. And this one's going to be the middle thickness. So let's just take a paper out here so we could check it out together. Right there we have it. So as you could see, we could almost see through the paper. We're getting close to it. It's got a nice heavy duty paper. I'm not worried about breaking it or ripping it apart when I'm rolling. And let's check out the gum, make sure the gum sticks. And look at that. Beautiful sticky gum that's gonna work perfectly when we roll our joint. Exactly what we want. So now real quick, let's do our burn test to see exactly how our fine regular paper by Gizeh burns. Just catch the corner here. Very slow. As you could see, it did go out a little bit, and it does leave a decent amount of ash. So that is what we expect from a regular ultra, or not ultra thin, from a regular thin paper. I do expect a slow burn with a decent amount of ash, and that's exactly what we're getting. Love the slow burn, but I'm not personally a huge fan of the thicker paper. Not really for me, but just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not going to be for you. If your cannabis is a little bit dry, a little bit hard to roll, if it burns super quickly and you end up wondering where your joint went, a nice fine paper instead of ultra fine is going to be perfect for you. Now, if you have super fresh cannabis, you're probably going to want an ultra fine paper, but if it's not that fresh, a fine paper is perfect. So let's just grab one of these bad boys out so we can see exactly how it smokes. Now let's quickly here compare it to the other paper, because this one is 18.5 and then this one is going to be 17.5. So slightly less. As you could look at them together side by side, you can't really tell a difference just by looking at them. So let's see when we roll one up exactly how it smokes. Because I mean, it is nice that it looks good, but we need this bad boy to smoke properly. So let's just roll this bad boy up real quick. Grab a decent amount of our flour. Now when I roll a regular paper, because it is a bit smaller than a 1 1/4, I tend to put about a 5-piece into the joint. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put a small little 5-piece just so we could test and see exactly how this paper burns. So let's just roll this bad boy up. Make sure we catch all the edges, all the cannabis is placed properly here. Let's just pack it on up. Wow, this glue is super sticky. I love a nice sticky glue, making life so much easier. So let's just roll this bad boy up, catch that edge. There we have it. double check that it sticks, because man, would that stuck. Man, we have it. Beautiful, sticked beautiful, rolled beautiful, didn't rip. I didn't have to be careful rolling it. So let's just take off that extra paper. And actually, before we light this bad boy up, let's look and see what's in our pamphlet, at what exact information they tell us about this pack of papers. So as you can see right here, it's got all the 3 different papers, and the one in the middle, the red pack, is gonna be us. So it says 18.5 GM, the thickness of the paper, we know that. It's gonna be a nice fine paper, mid-grade, not as thin as the ultra thin, but not as thick as the original. Then it says Arabic adhesive. So it's got a nice glue, that's what we were talking about before. It's watermarked just like the other papers to give it a good even burn. It's got a medium burning. It says it's best for daily use. So really cool that it says that. And it says good for use with extracts because it absorbs evenly. Really, really cool. So can't wait to try it out with extracts. But for now, let's try it out with flour and see exactly how it burns. Cheers. Beautiful, beautiful first puff. Really easy to light. There's no running. There's no weird spots. It's not starting to canoe. And all I taste is flour. No matter how big or thin or thick or heavy or no matter the size of the paper, I don't want to taste it. I want to taste my flour. And that's what I get with these awesome fine Gizeh papers. A nice slow even burn and no weird paper taste at all. I am stoked. Now, yeah, you are smoking a little bit more paper than you would be if you were smoking an ultra thin paper, but if you have dry cannabis, this is what you want, because an ultra thin paper is just going to burn super quick and your joint's going to be done in a matter of seconds. But if you have a thicker paper, it's going to help with the nice slow even burn. So if you've got some dry, over dry, brittle, falling apart in your hand cannabis, always make sure to have a nice pack of fine Gizeh papers on you so that you could roll that bad boy up and enjoy it properly. So that's going to be this week's episode of Canadian Cannabis, trying to help you guys pick the right paper for you on these beautiful thin Gizeh regular papers. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope to see you next week. And as always, peace and love. Cheers.